Good morning. I don't know if anyone's here. Oh, there's Pam from Tennessee. You are an early riser. Let me get myself situated and then I'll tell you and whoever else is listening a little story about how my morning has gone. Not as I planned. Sorry about the lighting color. I know it looks sepia toned, but the problem with that is, well, there is light outside, I guess, but with the air conditioner in the window, makes it a little But if you were to walk in here, I know it looks light on the camera, but it's very dark in here. I have a lamp over here that has like 3 bulbs or whatever that come out from it with shades. I only have one of those bulbs on, and over here I have the exact same lamp with only one bulb. So for the size of the room, there's not very much light, and if I were to try to use my rotary cutter and acrylic ruler for a cut over here, I wouldn't be able to see. So I know it looks light on the screen, but it truly isn't. Okay, so let me tell you guys, first of all, let's see who all is here. Okay, so Pam Lambert said, good morning from Tennessee, and Laura is here, good morning from Florida. Katie Crafts is saying, good morning, everyone, and Joy is here. She's been a big winner lately, right? I haven't got the Joys mixed up. Good morning from North Carolina. And I know we have a few more people who will be coming in, because with this time frame that I chose, it gives an opportunity for people on the other side of the world to come into the live stream at a decent time of day. Hi, Sally. Good morning. Well, it's not really morning. It must be about, what, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning for you? Is that right? I'm not sure, since the time zone change, or the time change, what that is. Anyway, so I was going to tell you a little story about what happened to me this morning. My husband and I normally get up anywhere between 1 and 3. And you might say, what? It kind of happened over time. It evolved, but basically it turned out to be a really good thing. We go to bed early, we wake up early, but I can come into the sewing room at, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. The phone isn't ringing. Nobody's knocking on the door. There's no delivery. There's none of that. So it's me time, and that's a good thing. 10 a.m. Thank you, Sally. Yes. Okay. So you are 5 hours ahead of me right now. Thank you for that. Okay. So I got up, and I'm going to say it was 10 minutes to 2. And I went downstairs, and I always get my caffeine pill, some ice water, and a piece of toast and a banana. Like, I'm a creature of habit. It's every morning. I sat down. I opened my iPad, as I always do. Turned on my jigsaw puzzle app. I wake up the same way every morning. I'm probably a really boring person. But anyway, I was sitting there and I thought, okay, I want to be up in the sewing room by 2:45 because I still need to prep my fabrics because I didn't get them done yesterday, best laid plans and all. So when I thought that, I glanced at the clock. It's about 2:28. So I just do 2 short puzzles, just my daily quest of 2 short puzzles. They wanted me to do 72 piece. It didn't take me very long. And I thought I probably have time for another one. And I look at the clock and it says 2:30. And I'm not awake enough at this point to realize that a lot more than 2 minutes have gone by since I last glanced. I'm just not there. The caffeine hasn't hit, So I start doing the puzzle, and I was like, wait a minute. And I looked at the clock again, and it's still 2:30. So What has happened is the battery on the clock died just after I looked at it at 2:28 a.m. So when I closed my jigsaw puzzle app, it was 3:12 a.m. I haven't showered. I'm not dressed, of course. Still in my pajamas. I don't have my fabric prepped. I haven't got the iron out. I needed to change the needle. I needed to change the sewing foot. But it all got done and I really didn't have to rush. So I'm here, you're here, and everything is good. Oh, Nikki, well, hello. She says hello from sunny, and I'll never get it right, but is it Bastille Day in France? Well, I hope you enjoy your day. I know that is a big thing over there. I don't know a lot about it. I'm not going to say I do. But either way, like I said, it is in my pinned comment. It is a nice, cool morning here today. It is 66 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 18 degrees Celsius. And we're supposed to reach a high of 85 degrees, which is 29 Celsius. So, I always have wanted to do either an early morning or a late night live chat to get people who can't make the 10 or 2 o'clock ones that I normally do. So for anyone watching that doesn't know my schedule or is confused by my schedule, me, on Wednesdays we have What's Up Wednesday, and one week it will be 10 a.m., the next week it will be 2 p.m. And there again, that was so that more subscribers could also, join in. 78 in Florida, says Laura. Okay, so I'm going to get sewing and then we can chat some more as we go. But what I am working on, you may have seen this on the What's Up Wednesday a couple weeks ago. And I apologize if you guys, if the fan is too much sound, please let me know, but it is stuffy in here. So, okay, so we have this, it has kidneys on it, and it says reuse and recycle. My brother needs a kidney. He already got one back in 88, I think it was, 88. And our oldest sister gave him one of hers. Well, now, parts need to be replaced every so often. He actually got quite a few more years out of that than what they had first predicted. But anyway, I digress. Our sister-in-law is donating a kidney, and so my brother is getting a kidney, and it should be coming up soon. So I thought there's got to be kidney-themed fabric out there. And there was actually a few choices, and this came from Spoonflower. But what they do with a lot of this is they print it when you order it. It's not just sitting around on bolts that they cut. And while I'm talking about that, I don't know if anyone else has ordered from Spoonflower, but I have a few times. And something I've noticed is when you get the fabrics that are printed up like this, and you go to press on the top side, the iron almost sticks on it, and it's not a terrible smell, but it doesn't smell like fabric, okay? It doesn't smell like cotton. But there are other fabric that isn't printed apparently in this same way, doesn't have either of those. You can iron on top of it easily, and there is no odd smell. So after I had ordered the first time from Spoonflower, I thought that their fabric stunk, and I told people, I'm like, nah, I don't think I'm going to order from them again because their fabric, well, I shouldn't say stink, smells odd. And I heard people saying, well, that never happened to me, or I never noticed that. So it wasn't until I had ordered something to make our newest granddaughter a quilt that I realized that it's the stuff they print up, and for whatever reason it must be a different manufacturing process. Okay, is everyone still here? Just no chatting? So Laura said, oh, there we go. Joy says, Spoonflower has cute, fun fabrics. They definitely do. So what I'm going to do is I am making both my sister-in-law and my brother a little open wide zippered bag. So for those of you who may not know what they are, this one is all beat up and has a story of its own. The zipper extends past the top so that you get the full opening. Because if the zipper ends here, it really limits what you can grab. So this is my go-to pattern for pouches. The fabric on this one was gifted to me, by a dear friend, and she sent it to me. I thought it was the sweetest thing ever. And what I did was, I thought, I'm going to make us matching pouches. And when I say there was only a scrap left, because she sent me the piece, it just wasn't all that big, but it was perfect. So I love that there are spools and needles over there. And as you can see, it says cut from the same cloth. And I also had this that I put on. So I made us, the buttons, I made us matching bags, and I sent hers. I was a bit worried because the buttons are just those cheap ones that come in a big package, and I was afraid it would crack or just break off. It hasn't. This zipper is one of those that you can buy in bulk on Amazon. So this is almost 2 years old. I use it easily 5 times a day, opening it. The only thing that has gone wrong is the little zipper pull. And I'm sorry, this thing, I can't figure out which way to hold this for the camera. This is my laziness. I haven't put a new pull on there. I could do that. But, anyone wondering if those zippers by bulk, if they're any good, they are. Because like I said, I open this easily 5 times a day, if not more. Some days a little less. But I do like zipper by the yard, zipper tape, whatever you want to call it. I do love it, but I have a gazillion of these, so I'm going to go with it. Boy, I'm taking a long time to get to the point, aren't I? But you guys know me, I'm talkative. Okay, so this is the lining fabric. It's not an exact match. It's just the closest I had. What do you think? I mean, it's inside, right? I can't imagine that there's going to be that much of an issue. The only other thing I had for green was, it was a forest green. It was just so dark, and it had splotchy pieces or little bits of black on there. I also have my name tag labels, and those I sew into the side seam of this. So I have some SF101 on here, and I have some Pellon, is it 973? Let me look. It is Pellon 973. Normally I usually use cotton batting here, but I want it to be a little sturdier this time. Okay. Laura says, this will be a cute bag. Thank you. And I had thought about, doing some kind of patchwork, but I didn't want to lose the design. So I'm just going very simply like this. I thought about embroidering their names on there, but I don't know. I just want them to have matching bags. I think it's adorable. Joy says, cute bag. Thank you, Joy. And Laura says, very nice. Thank you. My Nightbot is working. Sally says, looks good. Thank you. I used your open pouch bag to make a crossbody bag for my sister. That's awesome. So anyone who has not seen that, I'm going to drop the link here with Nightbot. I'm still learning how to use it. So the link will come up in just a moment. Alright, so I have the zipper color matched actually pretty well. The only brown zipper I had was almost a black color, so. Alright, so the link that just came up, or the words that say video tutorial, if you clicked that, it would take you from here over to that video. I do have it in the description box. So I'm going to get started after all this chit chat. I am not planning on sitting here until the bag is finished necessarily. I just wanted to do a sew-in chat because I thought it would be so fun. Sally, are you a member of the Facebook group? I'm not sure if you are and I saw the bag or I didn't see the bag, but I would love to. Or you could always email it to me. Okay, and I have a fresh needle this morning. Have some thread, and I'm just going to use my serpentine stitch and randomly quilt lines of sewing to hold it together. Nothing serious. And these are bigger. I'm going to cut them down so they're not where they're going to end up, basically. Do you all have okay, Joy, if you want to join the Facebook group, or anyone listening, this is what you need to do. It's a hidden group and it's private. So that means if you go onto Facebook and you type in Marie's Scrappy Creations, it's not there. It's not going to show up. So you have to email me. I will drop that. That is also in the description box. If I could type. But it's Marie's Scrappy Creations at yahoo.com. That will come up, and as I said, it's in the description box. So what you do is you send me an email and you just say, I would like to join your Facebook group. And as soon as I see that, because sometimes it gets into the junk folder, but as soon as I see that, I reply to you with a link. But the link expires. I can't remember if it's 12 hours or 24 hours, but if you don't get the email, if you don't click the link in time from your email, just reply right back to me and say, I missed it, and I'll just send you another one because it's no big deal, really. Okay, see over here, it looks like there's a lot of light, and I have one lamp on here. Try to point it. I guess that didn't make a whole lot of difference. All right. I'm using a serpentine stitch with a 6.0 wide stitch and the stitch length of 2.5 millimeters. And as I said, I'm just going to randomly quilt this. My husband opened up my vintage machines because my moderator, Terie, has a channel called Terie. I don't know if any of you guys have subscribed to her, but if you're interested in vintage sewing machines, she gets them, and it's almost like adopting a pet from the shelter. She gets these machines and she takes care of them. She gets them back to working order, but I tease her and say it's the love. I just say she has a heart for that, let me just say. And I can drop her link, but her channel is called Terie. Remember what I wrote here. I hope this link works the way I wrote it. I'm getting used to this Nightbot thing. Terie is fabulous, says Joy. I would have to agree with that. So anyway, I wasn't brushing you off with the so anyway. I'm just saying I need to remember what I was talking about. Okay. I've had these vintage machines for years. The first one that I got was a 1913 Singer treadle machine. We bought it for, I believe, $50 at a secondhand store here in Presque Isle, Maine, back around 1994, 95, somewhere in there. And it had all its parts, and it worked immediately. It worked right out of the gate without a hitch. And so it didn't ever stitch exactly right. There was something going on there that I don't have the knowledge to fix. But, you know, it's there. The other two vintage machines I have are a Sears Kenmore, which I can't remember now what year it is. I just looked it up the other day and I forget already. And I have a Singer from 1954. So the last two, the Kenmore and the Singer from 1954, they both sew, but there again, there's something with the stitch. And we've tried, you know, the YouTube videos, the try this, try that. My husband took them apart, cleaned them, you know, they were oiled, they were all taken care of that way. But I need to spend some time, he and I both, with the machines and see what we can do about getting them working. So, I sent pictures of them to Terie, and I, you know, if she could just get here, I have no, can't think of the words, too early. Anyway, I have faith that she could get my machines running. I just know she could. But if you are interested in that sort of thing, she does what you call foil the machines. She paints them, she works on them. Her videos don't cover a lot of working on them, but she might show you what she tried or something like that. Let's see. Terie works wonders with the machines. I don't know how she does it. I don't know either. Goodness joy. I wouldn't know where to start. If I took a machine apart, I mean, I don't even think videoing it, I don't think I could get it put back together. Oh, Sally says, I missed something, I'm sorry. Sally said, I'm not on Facebook and don't have a photo of it. Well, that's okay. If you ever do, or if you wanted to, your daughter could even email me the picture, but that's okay. Don't you worry about it. But I'm glad that you were able to make that. I bet she loved it. Let's see. Laura says, my husband just left to get the cars washed. Yep, the early bird gets the wash, right? And Joy says, I bought a 1941 featherweight 2 weeks ago. It looks perfect, sews great, but I want to take for oiling, etc. before I sew with it. It only had 2 owners. Oh, that's wonderful. Those are beautiful machines. And I would love to own one, but like I said to Terie the other day, you know, I'd like to have that. I already have 3 vintage machines, and I'm not using them because there's something going on with the stitching. But my husband got them all out the other day, opened them up, and said, you know, let's work on these. And I think that he has a wonderful idea. Wonderful idea. I would love to bring you guys tutorials and be using one of my vintage machines, like maybe the treadle. So I'm just kind of chain piecing these as I'm stitching, just feeding them through probably, I don't know, 1.5 inches apart, no set thing, with just going with it. So, do you guys have any plans to sew? And if so, what are you sewing today? Or what are you doing today? in the meantime, I even have a little list of things we could chat about. Oh, I was going to show you guys. I was choosing my labels this morning. Oh, here they are. And I have 3 different labels I could use. So this is the only one I have now that is a fold over label. Okay? And for anyone that's not familiar with them, number one, they have these strings of, now they're like a silky feeling fabric stuff. So I'm sorry for the color. It's so dark in here. I don't know why this was showing up light. Maybe it's trying to compensate. But anyway, you fold them over in half. Well, I don't have it exactly. But then you sew this open edge into the crease or the side of the lining or something like that. So I have those, and that has my first and last name. I have a couple of these left, and these ones say Handmade by Marie. Then I have these little squares that are 1 inch by 1 inch, and they just say Marie's Scrappy Creations. I'm sorry that this is not focusing in. That's odd that it's not focusing. And I have this one that says Marie's Scrappy Creations. So I've got 1 by 1 and 1 by 2. I use these now on my key fobs, and I have used them before on certain bags depending on the size that I need. I need to get some more of these made up because I don't always want to put Marie's Scrappy Creations. You know, if it's something for a family member, grandchild, somebody, I'd rather have it with my name on it. Oh, I do have some for the grandkids specifically, but I'm so ditzy and I did not realize how big these were going to be when I ordered them. So they are also a fold over, and they say Handmade with Love by Mimi. So there are certain things I can use them in. I have also cut them down and folded the top and bottom under and sewed them in. So that kind of worked, but I have quite a few of them and I don't want to waste them. All right, let's check out the chat. Let's see. Joyce says, I know, right? How many machines do we need? Well, we can't answer that. We don't want to answer that, Joy. She says it was a great deal that I could not pass up on. I understand that. I totally get that. Well, good morning. Good morning. Oh, sewing scrunchies. And we get a hand wave. Well, good morning to you, sweet lady. Laura says, I had my mother's old Singer machine and I gave it to my sister as I thought she may want to learn to sew. Unfortunately, she sold it, and I kick myself every day that I gave it to her. Oh, Laura, I'm sorry. I have it's lightweight so I can lift it. I have a sewing stool, and that opens up and it goes to my grandmother's Singer sewing machine that my mom has. But my mom gave me this about 2.5 or 3 years ago, and I just love, I love knowing that she put the new piece of fabric on there, you know, many years ago now. It's a piece of upholstery fabric, and she's got it all nice and tight. She stapled it underneath. Makes a good place to store things, but knowing that it was my grandmother's and my mother's, you know, my mom made a lot of clothes for us kids sitting there on that stool, so that's pretty special. So I understand the heartbreak, Laura. I can't imagine. I'm so sorry about that. Joy said she had a similar situation happen to her. Okay, I'm sorry. Those sorts of things happen a whole lot more often than what we would like to think. And labels, I bought, this is called a sample label pack. And that just like the name says, it was just kind of letting you see what they have. But even though now I've been a customer of theirs for about 4 years and I know what they have, I still get them because you never know what they're going to say. Like this one says, made with love, hand or machine wash delicate, tumble dry low. And this one, just handmade with love. Again, I apologize if that's not focusing. And then we've got handmade with love, the little 1-inch square. I do have another sample pack because every time I put, no, that's not. Every time I put in an order with Ever Emblem, which is the company, I get a sample pack. And for anyone who is interested, I will put the link for them in the description box after the video. Okay? All right. Nice memories, yes. Glenda says, is this live now? You are live. Is it live or Memorex, Glenda? Yes, we're live, sweetheart. I'm sewing, I'm quilting down this. I'm making the little open wide zippered bags where the zipper extends. And as I told them, I don't know if I'm probably not going to finish this today, but this is just a sew and chat to get together because so many people can't make the time. I mean make the time as in because it's at a time that's not convenient for them. They can't make the other live streams because of time differences. So we're doing this, and then secondarily because our granddaughter, she comes every other Sunday to spend the day with us, and she'll be here bright, I say bright and early this morning, but you know, we're even brighter and earlier, aren't we? We are. Yes, Glenda, it's definitely the early bird scrappers club this morning. I have a few projects I really need to get busy on. Oh, would you guys like to see what I made yesterday? Our oldest son has a birthday on the 22nd. And he loves the football team, the New England Patriots. And I had some fabric that I bought at Martin's. And he also loves to cook. And I thought, oh, I can make him a kitchen set. Now, normally, the kitchen set has a few more items to it. But I held off on making everything because then it gives me something I can gift him at Christmas time. So we have the New England Patriots jar opener. And my least favorite thing ever to make, the bowl cozy. So this is nothing special. I mean, really, I just cut the fabric and sewed. Same thing with the pot holders. They're not made out of any design, but he's going to love them. So we've got the set of pot holders, the bowl cozy, and the jar opener. And then for Christmas, I can make the hanging kitchen towel and the big hot pad, you know, to bring your pans out onto the counter from the oven. And maybe I'll think of something else to go in there for Christmas. But that's what we have for now. So I need to get that into the mail on Monday. I actually had the packaging out. I was going to do it last night when I finally gave up and said, enough's enough, go to bed. Okay. Glenda says, wow, I just popped on earlier than ever. It's 4:30 a.m. Central. How did I miss the announcement? I'm not sure because I did make an announcement yesterday. Glenda says, or maybe it was a surprise. Well, it was a surprise for you. That's all that matters. I'm all about this anytime, says Glenda. And Laura says, oh, that's perfect. Thank you. It is, because for him, he wouldn't care if it was patchwork or any fancy design. He's just going to like it because it's Patriots fabric. Joy says, placemats, napkins, coffee cup, and I think bowl cozy. But yeah, I got the bowl cozy. But yes, placemat, that's a good idea too. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Like the little to set your coffee cup on. Mug rug. There we go. Yeah, he might use one of those. I hadn't thought about that. Thank you. See, someone's more awake than I am for sure. All right. The other day, I had a comment. I wish I had a screenshot of it, but I don't right here. You guys know I use pins, like maybe even overuse pins. You might say I have a pin addiction. But I do use clips randomly here and there. But I use pins more often. Mostly I use pins. I had a comment and she said something about you are my soulmate or something like that. Just saying that she uses pins as well. And it's funny because I got thinking after that. I thought, you know, is it that we just get into the habit, or is it that we really prefer one over the other? Well, for me, I prefer one over the other. I do use clips in certain circumstances, but what I found was, for me, and it's probably me, but let's say I have the clips down here and I go to feed that through the sewing machine. The clips are here. They catch up on the bottom of my machine, and if I'm top stitching something, it throws my line of stitches off, and then out comes everybody's friend, yours and mine, the seam ripper. So that's the biggest issue I have with using clips, is that they kind of catch on my machine when they shouldn't and make a little bit more work for me. Now, maybe that's me. It very well could be the way I'm feeding the fabric through. I really don't know. It's hard to see the stitching on this to make my next line because the thread matches so well with the fabric that I can barely see. But I'm not complaining. That's a good thing. An absolute good thing. I don't get very much sewing done when our granddaughter is here. I spend, you know, the time with her. We do all sorts of fun things because that's what we're supposed to do, right? Spend time with them. You never know what we'll be up to either. About 3 weeks ago, she told me the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and it was so cute. She took one of my books, just a hardcover book, and she pretended that she was reading from it and telling me the story, and that was cute. Well, it actually hadn't been meant for me originally. It had been meant for my friend Lisa Marie. She was wanting to send her a message that day, and I said, do you want to send her a video message, or do you want me to type it? And she said, I want to tell her a story. And she grabbed the book, and I said, okay, do you want me to video it, tape it? She was like, yeah. Boy, I'm old school. I call it videotape. Laura says, I got the notification. Surprised me. Joy, oh, beer cozies. That's perfect. How did you know, Joy? No, that would be perfect for him. Absolutely. I'm going to do that. I'm going to write it down. I don't want to forget. Beer cozies. I love it. I love it. Glenda says, Marie, I got my beautiful postcard and sweet note yesterday. It made my day. I absolutely love it. Well, I'm so glad you got it and you loved it. Thank you, Glenda, for letting me know. Speaking of, I'm going to do a giveaway, okay? Now, because Glenda just won, she can't play. It's okay, Glenda. Boys, I can't get this camera just the right height. Oh, there I am. All right, I'm waking up, and now the silly comes out. Okay, so when I say to go, all you guys have to do is type the word card, C-A-R-D, but please only enter it one time. I mean, if you misspell it, sure, go back and write C-A-R-D. All lowercase, no capitalization needed, although I don't think it matters. But if you are the winner, then you're going to get a postcard. So, if everyone is ready, everyone except for Glenda, you can now begin. Type the word. Oh, and Joy, you just won 2 things. I'm sorry. I have to exclude you too. We got to give everyone a chance to win. I'm sorry. Glenda and Joy were recent winners. So, okay. So, everyone type the word card. Oh, I'm sorry. Joy says, I love giveaways. Yeah, I bet you do. She just recently won the fabric from My Fabric Addiction, and she won the sticker in a giveaway. So, she was winner, chicken dinner. Okay, so everyone type the word card, and we'll see who the winner is, who gets a postcard. And while you're typing the word card, I'm just going to stitch. Oh, we've got Joan. Good morning to you. I know there's a lot of lurkers out there. Feel free to jump right in here and type your word. A lot of people like to listen to the streams, and that is perfectly fine with me. I do that a lot. I'll go on to channels and turn on whatever they're, live or not, and yeah. Oh, Joy, see, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I mixed you up with the other Joy. That's what I was talking about earlier. Go ahead and type it, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Okay, we've only got 2 so far. Okay, Joy, I apologize. I mixed you up with a different Joy. Because you were in the live stream the other day when the other Joy won, weren't you? You were there. Yeah. I get confused easily, so I apologize. So you go right ahead. That's my bad. Oh, we got 2 Sherrys. Good morning to you, Sherry Rose. Good morning to you, Sherry Lucina. Okay, we got some more because nope, says Joy. Well, I'm glad you're a good sport about it because I apologize. No, but earlier on in the live stream I had said, are you the one that won? And I didn't see if you replied or not, but that's what I had been talking about. Okay, I'll wait just a minute more there, and let's see if anyone else wants to type the word card. C-A-R-D. Oh, Glenda says, go for it, people. They are beautiful. And I can send them anywhere in the world, so don't worry. If you're overseas, you just type the word card. They go for the price of a stamp. In fact, fun fact of the day, I sent a card, I believe it went to Italy, and I sent a card, it went across the U.S., somewhere, one of the western states anyway. Do you know it got to Italy before it got to someone here in the States? That's just craziness. Just craziness. Oh, there's Pam. She got in on it. Anyone else? Now listen, if you're watching the replay, a lot of times when I do giveaways, people watching the replay are trying to play along, and I apologize. When you go to watch it, just check your time zone, because I started this live stream at 5 a.m. Eastern time. So if it's past that, you missed it. Okay, are we ready? Has everybody gotten their word in there? Here we go. I'm gonna roll it. Oh, hold on. I'm not sure why this isn't going, but let's see. Keyword card. Gisela. Well, okay, let's see. Did she type it? I didn't see that. If she did, I missed it, but it's telling me that she did. I'm still not sure how this thing works, but I go to Nightbot and it tells me to because I don't see. I mean, I'm going to go with it, but I'm going to give away another one. But that's odd, because I mean, maybe Gisela, did you type the word card and I'm just missing it? Maybe you did, but I don't see it. But either way, you won, because Nightbot says that you're in the winner. You're the winner. All right. So I'm going to take her out. Now, is everybody ready? I'm going to roll it again. You don't have to type it again. I'm just going to go again. Sherry Rose, congratulations. You won a fabric postcard. All right, so congratulations to Gisela and Sherry Rose. You guys remind me, and maybe right before we end, I'll do it right before we end, I'm going to give away something else. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it fits in an envelope. Just remind me, okay? I don't want to get rid of everything all at once. So we'll hold off and give other people a chance to win here in a little while. So what we'll do when we do that one is anyone who has won already won't get a chance to win again. Okay, yes, congratulations. So I am, like I said, this really isn't a tutorial, it's just a sewing chat, but I am going to get my zippers ready to go on. And you know how we were talking about pins and pins versus clips and all that sort of thing? I think sometimes that's why I'm such a slow sewer, is I have to press, I have to pin, I do all this stuff, and I see a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with it if they can do it, but I'll be watching YouTube and they just lay that zipper across there and they, no pins, no clips, nothing. Now, I probably could do it, but I don't want it to be even the least bit wonky. Okay, so ladies, I'll need you to email me. It is in the description box, but I'll put it here in the chat. It will show up in just a moment after I type this. But when you type my email address, you have to make sure that you get 2 S's, because after my first name, you know, like it says Marie's Scrappy Creations, so many people get 1 S there and they don't get the second one, and then I never get the email. So I'm just going to say this. If you email me and 24 hours after you email me I haven't replied saying anything, please email me again. And of course I have to be careful of my spam filter. You know what I'm doing? Chatting away, putting these pins in here, and I have not cut these down to size. All right. It's a good thing I have you guys. Oh, Joan, it's your first time chatter. Everyone knows what that means. You get the silly chair dance. This is the happy dance we do. Yay. Well, thank you for letting me know it's your first time. And when I looked at your name, I thought, has she been here? But I see a lot of names, so I don't always remember. What's your weather like in Nebraska? I have no idea what temperature is like there compared with other states or anything. But welcome, welcome. So, Cherry and Gisela, I need both of your mailing addresses. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to turn this a little bit like you want to see me cut fabric, but I do need to, and I'm going to have to turn on the lamp because, as I said, let's see, Pam's Laser and Resin Crafts. Well, how interesting does that sound? Is that a channel where you post videos, Pam? Hello, hello to you. She says, hi, Marie, and everyone in the chat. Is this your first time here? Because I don't remember seeing you. Glenda's doing the happy dance for everyone. All right, I'm going to start cutting these, and as I said, I'm going to need to turn on the lamp. I don't know. See, it might not matter so much here, but it will, if I was sitting down, my face would be completely white. And this basket was gifted to me quite a long time ago now by one of my lovely subscribers. I keep my clips in there. I don't remember who made it for me, but I use it every day. A lot of the things I was gifted I use, it's just that they don't show up on the live stream or the video, not always. All right, I need another light over here. You can't see my measurements. Let's see what this is. So I'm going to continue to chatter. I can't see the box right now to know who's saying what. I guess I could do this on my phone and at least read the chat, right? There we are. Okay. Haven't yet. So, okay, I gotta pause this. Pam says, haven't yet. No, it's not my first time. Do you remember the Aussie fabric that I sent to you? I do. Thank you. Yes. See, I have a terrible memory, so thank you for that reminder. I do. Thank you. Yes, she sent me some lovely fabric. I just, I see so many names and channels pop by, as well as when I am just watching YouTube. Just regular watching YouTube, I see a lot. I'm looking for my measurements here. I have them somewhere. Oh, right here. The last one I go to. Guess I could have measured these. I have these all done. So these, I believe, are 10 by 8.5. 10 by 8. 10 by 8. Well, thank you for clarifying, Pam. I appreciate that. So I need to cut these 10 by 8. It's a good thing I thought of that before I went any further. I guess I could turn this way, but I still can't see me. Let me see. I'm gonna turn. You can see, at least see me while you hear me a little bit here. Just trimming these out. I'm doing these over here. Anyway, I had started to say that I saw a YouTube short this morning, and it was, I don't know exactly what the name of it was, but something along the lines of things that are normal in the States that aren't normal in other places, such as clothes dryers. Most people here have a clothes dryer, whereas people in other countries tend to use clotheslines. Now, that could be true. I would agree with that, but sometimes it's only because you don't have a choice. Now, when we had our home, before we moved into this apartment, we had a clothesline, and that's what I used, and I gladly used that clothesline because the smell of clothes dried outside, you can't beat that. And in the winter time, and this is going to sound very folksy or whatever the word would be, but we had a wood stove to supplement. We used it for the majority of our heating. We did have a furnace backup. Of course, we would have to, living where we do, but we used the wood stove a lot, and it was just between the dining room and the kitchen were one big long room, basically, but, oops. My mat is backwards compared to what I normally do, so I'm trying to double check my cuts. I don't want to mess anything up. I had a drying rack that held a lot of laundry. It had belonged to my husband's mother and grandmother from many years before, and I'm saying this thing held a lot of laundry. And I would also hang laundry on hangers, you know, the shirts would hang up on hangers, so on. Now I don't have that choice because in this apartment you can't put your clothes outside. You can't have a clothesline. They would never let us put a drying rack or anything outside. You couldn't have a clothesline. You can't have it. And I miss that because it's funny, near us, just down the road, the same housing that we're renting from has some buildings with apartments in them that are for the elderly and disabled, and they have clotheslines. Now, I am happy that they have their own clotheslines, of course I am, but I would love to have one as well. I miss that, but you know, the smell of the freshly dried laundry and all that, you can't beat that. And I know, like towels and sheets, sometimes people like them to be soft, and I understand that, but nothing beats crawling into bed at night with those fresh smelling sheets, or getting out of the shower and having the smell of that, the outdoors on your towels. Oh, I just think that's just, I miss it, I really do. Oh, let me check the chat. The empty nest. Okay, Pam. See, it takes me a minute. You've got a different name, and that's why. You were Pam, the empty nest quilter. Good morning, Kathleen. She says, good morning, early birds. Glenda, good morning, Kathleen. Didn't realize you did these really early. I really don't normally, Kathleen. What happened is, and I'm not against doing these. I would happily do one at this time because, as I said earlier before you were here, my husband and I get up very early, so usually between 1 and 3. Our granddaughter is coming over later. Now, originally on Wednesday during my live stream, I mentioned that I would like to do a live stream this weekend. And yesterday didn't work out for various reasons, and the only time I could do it today is this time because we have our granddaughter visiting, and she'll be arriving probably in about 2.5 hours. So I thought, you know what, it works out for everyone because there's so many subscribers that from different time zones that never get to watch the live stream because of what time they're at. So this works out for everyone for various reasons, and those who can't make it because of time can watch the replay. Well, good morning to Kay Watson. Kathleen says, I enjoy line drawing, but I have to pop in the dryer for 10 to soften them. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, like I said, I went years. In fact, I was just telling someone the other day that when my kids were little, I used cloth diapers. I never used, unless we went somewhere, I didn't use, disposables. But, that's off. I used to wash the diapers and hang them on a drying rack to dry. And there's another thing. Did any of you ever have those old, well, this was in the 80s, but the machine that I had was easily from the 70s. It was one of those portable washers where you had to take the hose and squirt the water in with the hose, and it was hooked up to your kitchen sink. Did anyone ever have one of those? I did. And it was just small, and you'd put them over into this little barrel that was the spin cycle. Anyway, that's how I washed diapers. Dried them on the drying rack or out on the line. Yeah. Good morning, Susan. Glad to see you here. Glenda says, Marie, I got you topped on this one. I now live in a camper, no washer or dryer, so I got an old rug board, if you remember those. I have one hanging in my bathroom, just to keep the memory alive, Glenda. Good times, right? Kathleen says, Marie, it's great. I'm constantly up at night from pain. That was me, and when I first got up this morning, I told my husband, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but we're here. But yes, I'm with you there, Kathleen. I got up 2 nights ago because my pain is mostly in my neck. So laying down, you're putting pressure on your neck, no matter how you work around it. I have had times where I go to the couch and I wedge my pillow right here and I just lightly lean back and sleep sitting up because I can't lay down on my neck. So I totally understand that, and I'm so sorry for you. Laura's playing cards. Yeah, that will go in probably for the next drawing, Laura, if I don't choose a different thing, but we did that a while back. You're probably watching the replay and came in or started the video again, but mini washer, yes, Joan. Kathleen says, my last kid was a 90s baby. I still only use cloth. Yep. Yeah, my babies were in the 80s. They definitely had disposables, but my kids had allergies to like the perfumes and stuff that they used to make those smell good, and it would eat their skin right off. Yeah. I once was without a washer and did the Lucille Ball style stomp grapes in the old bathtub. Yeah, I've washed diapers in the bathtub. Squish, squish, ring, ring. Yup. Been there. That's okay, Laura. Don't worry. Joan says, love my mini washer. Yeah, excuse me. I don't know what they're like now compared to what they used to be. Well, there's Giovanna. I expected you here waiting there, girlfriend. Where you been? Goodness, I took that drink of water and now I think I have the hiccups. Okay, Kathleen says, I was crushed by a 67. Wow, 40 tons of steel. Kind of used to it, but the nerve pain. Yes, that's the type of pain I have, so I understand that, Kathleen. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh, Giovanna was sewing. So you want to hear my story, Giovanna, of how I was almost late for my own live stream? I got up about 10 minutes to 2, went through my usual thing. I won't bore everyone with all the details. You can watch the replay. But basically, got up, did my thing, was sitting there working on a jigsaw puzzle on my iPad, looking at the clock, and it was just about 2:30, so I wanted to be up in the sewing room by 2:45, so I thought, well, I had enough time for another puzzle. I do another puzzle and look up and it's still 2:30, so I was horrified. What a time for the battery and the clock to die. I closed my puzzle app and checked the time, and it was well after 3. So I changed gears. Let's just say I switched gears. So I'm going to say again, just in case anyone missed it, this is not a tutorial. I'm making these open wide zippered bags, and Giovanna wasn't here. You may have seen it on What's Up Wednesday. They're from the kidney fabric with the reuse and recycle. They're for my brother and my sister-in-law. One is giving a kidney and one is getting a kidney. Very soon, in fact, so it's very exciting. But yeah, this is just a sew and chat. I do have the link for anyone who's interested. It's in the description box, and I'm also going to drop it here again. So after I type this, it will pop up again, and it will give you the link that you need if you want to watch the tutorial. And if I get time today, I want to film a YouTube short. Those seem to bring in new subscribers. Not a whole lot, but it gets my channel some new views. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I have another zipper here. I have to make sure I started pinning it with the fabric upside down. That would have been awful. Note, the bag thing that I'm typing just makes the, it doesn't do anything for winning, Susan. I typed that, and then you'll notice that it says Nightbot, video tutorial. So when I typed the word bag, that just made that link. It's clickable. Giovanna says she has a delay. I wonder if you refreshed your page, or that won't do anything, I wonder. Giovanna says she loves to watch shorts. I do too. A lot of times I get on the shorts feed and I just sit there and let them play. I have a fun time making them and finding if they're ones that I put music to. I have a fun time choosing the music. And the last one that I made with music had a song by Fleetwood Mac, and a lot of people, I think they like it for the music, not that the content is bad, but all I did was show myself sewing the top, top stitching across a zipper on an upcoming tutorial. So I gave a sneak peek into the next day's tutorial, but I also had the good music. That's fine, Susan. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, but you don't even need to click it from there if you don't want, because it is in the description below the video. So everyone typing exclamation bag, that was just me dropping a link, okay? It's not anything that anyone needs to type. It won't, there's no prize or anything. It's just me doing that so that the link shows up if you're interested in the full video tutorial for this, since I'm just doing a sewing chat. So now I have, I'll just show you where I am. I have this pinned, and I'm going to put right sides together with my lining after I fold my zipper up. But yeah, this is mostly just a chat session, not a tutorial of any kind. So you definitely need the video tutorial if you're interested in this, because I'm just sitting here sewing it. Okay, let's see. Kathleen said, Giovanna, I was just watching a sheep farm shorts for an hour. That's funny. Yeah, there's some I get really stuck on. I really do. I have some more ideas for YouTube shorts for my channel, and depending on when my granddaughter arrives and what we do today, I may get it out there today, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. goodness. So I showed earlier, for anyone who missed it, I showed the labels that I'm going to use in these bags because I have 2 going, and I'm using my the ones with my name on it because my other ones say Marie's Scrappy Creations. So how many of you use labels in your stuff? I don't consistently use them, but I do use them. Probably most projects, but sometimes it depends. Kathleen, Kathleen is giving some good information there, but I need to clarify. She says that bag is a prompt for the bot to drop a pre-programmed link that Marie has set up. But only I can do it, you guys. It doesn't work for anyone else. Some channels have it set that anyone can type that and it comes up. But because I don't want the chat to have links just going everywhere, I've set it so that only a moderator can drop them. So Kathleen is right on almost everything except for you guys can't type it. Only I can type it because that's a setting that I have put in there. It's just like with the channel links for I have it set up like, let's say Kathleen had a channel about sheep and she wanted to share it. I would have a link or a word to use, but a lot of channels allow people to drop links or use the words, the prompts. Thank you, Kathleen, for the correct word here. But right now I am not doing that because, like I said, when I go to channels and the Nightbot is constantly dropping links, it's one of my pet peeves. I can't take it. I can't do it. So that's what I'm trying to avoid with my thinking, and I may change it at some point. But so Kathleen, do you moderate on someone's YouTube channel, or you just pick this up along the way? Because I figure you've probably done this. Okay, let's see. Giovanna says, now I'm making lunch, pasta salad. That way I don't have to cook dinner as it was so hot yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what your temperature is, but we were sitting, when I started the stream, we were at a nice, cool 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is 18 Celsius. And I know it's hotter where you are. Kathleen says, that's going to be a great day. Grandkids are the best. They absolutely are. And this kid is a hoot. You just never know what she's going to say. She keeps us entertained. That's a kid for you. We got a video of our youngest granddaughter the other day. She just turned 2, and she was counting. She had all these little, look like about that tall, little character, whatever you call them, toys set out. And she was going 1, 2, 3. She counted them right up till 11. So I thought that was great. All right, let's see. Getting ready to go switch to my zipper foot and see what's happening here. Laura says, I have the same type of basket for my clips. Yeah. If you just saw that part, you're easily 15 to 20 minutes behind. Oops. Kathleen, I do in bags, but I don't have personal ones yet. I see. Okay. No, that's okay. Kathleen said, oh, my bad. I got you. No, that's okay because most channels allow you to do that, but I just got Nightbot set up. I'll tell you, the problem is there was 2 instances where I had people come in. Now, you know how on Wednesdays my moderators drop links to YouTube channels that we all frequent or maybe don't know about, and so they're dropping a link. Well, they don't do it, they do it randomly. It's not like constant link dropping, but anyone who's in my live stream, if they have a channel, I let them drop their link because I want to promote people. I think that's great. but I don't want to spam my chat with this stuff. So I have my little reminder to like, share, subscribe to 15 minutes. A lot of people have it every 2-3 minutes, and that's fine for them. I don't want to spam up my chat because that's not what we're here for. But anyway, on a couple of instances during a What's Up Wednesday, I had people come in who I had never seen before, don't know them, and they said, is this the channel where I can drop my link? So I don't want to become known as one of those channels, because there are channels just dedicated to growing your YouTube channel where you just drop your link and people just go and subscribe to you. But there's a lot of issues I have with that. That I'm just trying to avoid that, which is why right now only the moderators can drop the links or use the prompts that I have set up. That may change with the links at some point, for sure. Alright, oops. I went to change to my zipper foot and I put my 1/4 inch foot on, which probably would work, but I always move my needle position over. And I have 2 zipper feet, and I like the narrower one better. But look how narrow that is compared to my regular one. Alright, let's see. Giovanna says, that's a good idea, Marie, as the chat can go crazy. That's exactly why. Exactly why. Giovanna says, yesterday was 38 degrees Celsius, which is around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, a lot of places over here are at 100 and above. We haven't seen that here in northern Maine, luckily, but those poor people where it is, I don't know how you do it, Giovanna. Kathleen says, yeah, typically guests can't add links, only mods or channel owner. Yeah, you can set it up so that users do it. There's a way I could type that in there, and all they'd have to do is whatever word, like let's say I chose the word channel, they'd just type whatever I put, exclamation channel or something like that, and their channel link would drop. And I may do that at some point, but we'll see. And it might just go out on a test basis. She says, I did think the prompts were all to add or share. Good to know. You have continued over that as well. Thank you for letting me know. No, I appreciate your help. Thank you, Kathleen. Like I said, I wasn't trying to be mean and correcting you. I just wanted people to understand that writing the word bag wasn't going to drop the link because I have it set to moderator only status. Oh, Kathleen says it's 3 a.m. in Northern California and 73 degrees. And then Kathleen said, oh, no, I wouldn't either. I totally get it. On a happy note, we will be at 100 degrees today. 107 or 111. Hope anyone in the heat is staying cool and hydrated. You know, I think in this heat, I think about the homeless people or the people who don't have an air conditioner or anything like that, and it's so sad to think about because, you know, I can complain about the heat bothering me while I'm sitting in my air conditioned thing, and I'm still warm, no doubt. I get warm very easily. We went out the other day and I showered right before we left. By the time we got to Walmart, when I walked in, my hair was just dripping. The whole back of my t-shirt at the top was wet. My husband isn't sweating, but I am because, you know, hormones, just wonderful things, aren't they? So it makes it hotter. Giovanna says, I fill the tub and skinny dip every so often. That's a great idea. Yeah. Kathleen, I'm glad you didn't take offense. That's good. I felt bad like saying, oh no, that's not how it is. But I know a lot of channels do it that way. But, you know, we're here about the sewing. It's just like, I've been questioned repeatedly because like on my Facebook group, as well as here, we don't do religion or politics. I just don't allow it because those are the two subjects that are just people think differently about them, and there's no way that it wouldn't interfere with what we're here for. So I had said that early on my Facebook group, and people said, well, you know, if I want to da 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 da, and I said, okay, but if someone from I said the reason I don't is because if someone from a different religion came in and they posted their stuff, I said, you'd be all up in arms, I can guarantee you. I said, so no, we're not doing any of it. And that way it leaves everyone to their own political and religious or none at all beliefs. And I think that makes us all happier campers as we're sewing. So with that stuff staying out of it. But that's just my thought on the whole thing. All right, let's see. Giovanna says, I try not to use the AC because of costs and for the environment. Yeah, I totally understand that. We pay a set fee every year here in the apartment, which is really cheap compared to what it would cost to do it. And I understand the environment and everything, but I get so heat sick that I would not, yeah, anyway, I get really heat sick. So I try not to, but I forgot to mark my 1 1/4 inches from the end so I don't stitch that zipper. It's one of the ones that you stop at a certain place and take the zipper out of the way. Is anyone else other than me doing any sewing, or do you have something planned for later today? I'll sew this one and not cut my thread, just keep right on trucking. I've got to figure out what we're eating later. I usually have something taken out of the freezer the night before and put into the refrigerator, but I didn't. Ooh. I didn't hit a pen, I promise I didn't. Let's see. Giovanna says, also I get a crew cut in May so that I can wet my head often. Yeah, I do that throughout the day. As you can tell, I didn't even do my hair today. No spiky Marie hair today. Kathleen says, Marie, here in California, they have designated places for homeless to go if they choose to. Oddly enough, so many won't go for so many reasons. Mental health is certainly one, sadly. Oh, yeah, that is hard. I've seen these videos where they say that a lot of them won't sleep at shelters because even though they want a place to sleep, they're worried that their items get stolen and everything. And it's so sad because it's such a big issue. And so many of them, it's either mental health or drug use or both, and it's very sad. Joan says, I'm watching in my camper, so I'm a very happy camper. I love that. Pam says she just finished top coating the back of a fridge magnet. Well, that sounds cool. Giovanna, some people are ridiculous. They keep the AC at 18 Celsius, 66. When in winter they find that cold and get the heater at 20. Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. See, we don't even, in the winter time, the highest you can turn the heat up here in the apartment is 70 degrees. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is in Celsius, but pretty close to where you're at there. Anyway, we don't have our heat above 66. I can't do it. I just literally cannot do it. I get too warm. Is think where I forgot to mark the first one, I'd have remembered the second one. Is at 6:30. I probably won't go a whole lot longer because I'm going to have to go make breakfast. On Sunday mornings, I make breakfast for my husband and I. And I want to get that done and cleaned up before our granddaughter arrives. Okay, let's see what I have here. Yeah, I had said to my husband, I bet it will be a quiet group this morning because there's not that there's anything wrong with a big crowd, but I figured there would be a lot less people in the early morning chat. Kathleen, I need cool air to breathe even in the winter some days, but I'm a fresh air gal. I love it, windows open. Oh yes, absolutely. I'd rather have the windows open if it's a cool breeze than I would the air conditioner. And that's the problem with this air conditioner being in my sewing room window. It's great when I come in here and it's, you know, over 80 upstairs here because I'm on the second floor, and as we all know, heat rises, so it can be really hot in here. But once that air conditioner goes in, I can't easily take that thing out of the window because we have to attach it or it won't stay. So it isn't just sitting in the window and the window sitting on top of it to hold it in like normally. It just won't stay in there that way. So due to how we have it in there, this doesn't work well to have the fresh air, unfortunately, and that's what I would be doing. Oh, Kathleen, I love the way you, oh, I gotta scroll back here, I missed it. Joan says sewing and laundry, happy and sad. Sewing happy, laundry sad. Don't you hate it when housework gets in the way of a good sewing day? Kathleen says, I think a different type of cold. Cold from the earth is not the same as from the air conditioner. We think alike. You're verbalizing what I think. She says, it's not the same as from the AC. It affects our bones and pain differently, and it does. The humidity can trigger my pain. Different weather things can, and I know it can with arthritis, but it also does it with the condition that I have. Pam says, if you want some coolness, Marie, you come to my place. It's colder inside than outside right now. Giovanna says it's the humidity that affects the body. Kathleen, I'm in bed eating cold watermelon. Oh, that sounds good. We bought a watermelon a few weeks ago. We had 2 or 3 of them, the mini ones there. And so we bought another one. And I do all the checks, make sure the stem is turned brown and it's not green, and that it's got a good yellow area on the bottom where it's sat, and I thunk it to make sure it sounds hollow. We did all that, it passed all the tests. We got it home and it wasn't right. It was barely pink, and I thought, well, maybe that's just the color. So I ate a little bit of it, and my husband ate a little bit of it, and I was sick that whole day. My stomach ached, just hurt from not quite ripe watermelons. So I'll never do that again. Joan is making a crispy omelet with ham and cheese. That may be exactly what my husband wants, because a lot of times that's what he asks for. He has ham, cheese, and onion omelets. I usually will make a sausage, egg, and cheese with toast. But yeah, I got my zippers on each bag on one side. So you know what, we've been at this an hour and a half, and it has been fun. I knew I would never finish because I just run my mouth so much. Plus I'm a slow sewer. I really am. Let's see. Giovanna says, I did my laundry yesterday. I did 3 washing machine loads, hung them out, and in 30 minutes they were dry. Yeah, I've had days like that back at the house where by the time you get the next load to go hang out, the first ones were dry or whatever. So yay, good for you. You must have had a nice breezy day. Just wanted to thank you for inspiring me to use my scraps. Well, you are very welcome. This must be your first time in the chat, so you get the happy dance. Happy to have you here. You're very welcome. I have a lot of scrappy projects going back for the 2 years of my channel. If you go back over the videos or playlists, a lot of them use little tiny scraps and crumbs. But thank you for that. I appreciate you letting me know that it was helpful. And Phyllis, hello Phyllis. She says, how many watching from the Pacific time zone? Giovanna's going to watch the replay from the beginning. That's good. And Giovanna says it wasn't the breeze. It was just hot, hot, hot. Yeah. Well, you're very welcome. Very welcome. Yes. And sometimes, you know, that's it. We have all these, whatever, let's just say scraps. We'll use that. And we don't think of using them. We think of cutting yardage, and then we're left with more of them, but they can be used for so many different things. It's like this, I keep that over there standing up when I'm doing a live stream. But I use this. This is my notebook. I've got stuff in there that I write, and it's my special Tula Pink notebook, all the Tula Pink scraps. So whether you're making a bag, a notebook, a purse, a whatever, make your own fabric. Sew all those scraps together, you know, it's fun. It's great. Hi, Jen. She says, hi, Marie. It's been a while. So nice to see you. I'm so glad you're here, Jen. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. Yes, it has been a while. Oh, Kathleen says to Phyllis that she's in Northern California. Giovanna sews all her tiny, tiny pieces. I do as well. I have a lot of them. I might have to have 4 lifetimes to use them up. Okay, everyone, before we leave, we're going to do that other prize, right? Okay? Now, this can go anywhere in the world. As long as you have not won from my channel in the last 60 days, you can play along. All I want you to do, I'm going to go change the word. So let me do that first. I'm going to do the word. I'm new to Nightbot, so you'll have to give me just a minute. See, I'm not really sure. It has mods, regulars, channel members, and users. So it's not mods, but regulars just means people that are there, sorry, all the time. Okay, I got to use a keyword. I've got to do it different than what we did earlier. I'm clicking it, but nothing's happening. Okay, keyword. All right, so anyone who has won, you can't do this, all right? Now again, if you are watching the replay of this live stream, it won't do you any good to type it in the comment section because this is live. All right, so everyone who wants a chance to win a sticker is going to type the word, sticker. S-T-I-C-K-E-R, and only one time, please. So I'll give everyone a chance. To type the word sticker. Because I got some cute ones a week or so ago, and then I got some more the other day. They're somewhere here. I'll have to find them. And if you are watching this live and you can't chat in the live chat, it's either because you are not subscribed to my channel, or you are subscribed but you're not logged in to the account with which you signed up for my channel. Just throwing that out there. Alright, I'll give a minute more here for anyone who wants to be in the running. Hi Kay, there's Kay again. We got Jen, Doug, Giovanna, Pepsi Girl, Catherine. All right, are we ready? I haven't seen anyone else. Drum roll, I'm going to do the draw, and Nightbot will draw the name and they will put it right up there. Yes, Kathleen, they're adorable. I got 2 different sets. I got some from, I think it was New Jersey, and some from England. Okay, here we go. Who wins a sticker? Kay Watson, congratulations, you won the sticker. So I'm going to need you to send me your email, you're going to have to email me. It is in the description box below the video, but I'm going to put in the command and it will drop my email here in just a second. So I'm going to need you to send me your mailing address. What is this Nightbot thing saying? Kathleen, you have to let it go. Stop spamming. I don't know what that is. That must be a setting that they have on there, because I'm going to have to check that out. I don't like that. Maybe it's too many emojis. I know something about emojis and Nightbot doesn't like it, but I didn't type that. I apologize. Let me see. Oh, it was drum roll. I see. And I'm going to see if I can go in and change that, Kathleen, in the settings of Nightbot. It did that the other day when someone typed, I think 3 of them, but because I don't mind that. So sorry about it said that. I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to write it down. Nightbot emojis. She was just excited making a drum roll and they were picking on her. Shouldn't happen. All right, so congratulations to all of our winners. Giovanna says it does it all the time. Oh goodness, I don't like that reprimanding my people. I'm going to have to do something about that. Okay, well anyway, thank you all for showing up bright and early, or maybe it wasn't bright and early for you, but it was here, especially those out on the West Coast. I mean, even earlier than me, because I started at 5 a.m. Eastern. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. We did a lot of chatting and very little sewing, but that's a normal for me. So I'll see you on Wednesday for a live stream for What's Up Wednesday. And I have a tutorial coming out a week from today. So until next time, take care of yourself. Have lots of, dig out those scraps. But remember, be kind out there. The world needs more of that. And, oh, Giovanna's asking what other winners were there. I'm terrible with names. I have to go back through the stream. But we gave away 2 postcards earlier before you got here. Sorry. Have a great day, everyone. Yeah, Sherry Rose was a winner, and I apologize. So much in my head. Thank you all. Take care. See you next time.